Hey guys, what's going on, dudes? It is David here, and we're back with another video. Now, in this video, guys, we're going to be doing a University of Miami football predictions for the 2020-2021 college football season that'll be happening in about a month or so. I don't really know if they're going to still do it because they still plan on doing the NFL, but I really just don't know. Now, some of the Miami games that were going to be played have been canceled. 4 games in particular. Those games were against Temple, Wagner, UAB, and then Michigan State. So that means Miami's going to be playing a total of 10 games plus the ACC championship game, possibly. Now, if you guys don't know what Miami's record from last season was, Miami's record for last season was 6-7. They were 4th in the ACC Coastal Division, and didn't get a bowl game. 6-7. You don't get a bowl game if you don't have a winning record. But I feel like this year is going to be different for the University of Miami for one specific reason, and that is their defense. Gregory Rousseau and then Quincy Roche are going to be 2 big guys on that Miami defense that are going to help them win possibly this division and make it to the ACC championship game, possibly. Now, it does depend on the offense, but I really say the biggest thing about Miami right now is probably going to be their defense. I mean, we'll see how their offense comes when it comes to the beginning of the season. But yeah, in terms of the actual Miami schedule now that we are going to be doing, in terms of the Miami schedule that we actually are going to be doing, here is the schedule right here next to me. The first game of the season, officially now, is going to be against Clemson. What a way for Miami to start off the college football season by playing against Clemson. Yeah, I feel like we already know what's going to happen here when it comes to this Clemson game. Miami are going to lose against Clemson to start off officially the college football season for them. Next, they're going to play Louisville, who they beat in 2019. This game is going to be at Louisville, and they're going to win against Louisville, so they're going to win 2019 and 2020. And then the next few games are going to be played all at home. They face Florida State, Georgia Tech, North Carolina, Pittsburgh, and Virginia all at home. Florida State they beat last year, of course, you guys remember that. Georgia Tech, they lost last year, and then they lost against North Carolina last year, and then they beat Pittsburgh and Virginia last year. And I have them winning every single game I just said right here. I have them winning against Florida State. I have them winning against Georgia Tech. I have them winning against North Carolina. I have them winning against Pittsburgh. And I have them winning against Virginia. Because this Miami team is a better Miami team than they were last year. And some of the games that they actually lost from last year, they lost by a very close margin. So this is going to be a completely different Miami team. And I feel like they're going to win all those games I just said right there. But then to finish off the season, they have 3 straight away games. So after that long stretch of home games against all these teams, they're going to be facing against North Carolina State, Virginia Tech, and Wake Forest. Virginia Tech is the only team they played last year out of those 3 teams. And they lost against Virginia Tech last year. And I have them losing against Virginia Tech this year because I feel like Virginia Tech is probably going to be one of Miami's biggest competitors when it comes to the college football season for the 2020-2021 college football season. But these other 2 games, Wake Forest, Wake Forest are really competitive when it comes to I think they're in the Florida State division, so they still are really competitive. But this Miami defense and that turnover chain is going to be too much for this team, and they're going to win against Wake Forest. And then we have the last game of the season before I get into the ACC championship game. That's possibly what they're going to be because I don't even know what the record is. Oh, okay, yes I do, obviously. But yeah, North Carolina State. This could be a shock factor for the University of Miami. If we remember, I think it was 2 to 3 years ago, North Carolina State beat Clemson. North Carolina State beat Clemson in a game. Since then, North Carolina State has lost against Clemson for the past 2 years, if I remember right. But North Carolina State always seems to be that team that can pull off a shock factor and actually win this game against a team like Miami. Now, the Miami has been rebuilding for the past couple years. They've been trying to get things right, and I feel like they finally have gotten things right. So I'm going to say Miami is going to beat North Carolina State, and that means throughout the season, Miami is only going to have 2 losses. That's going to be at the start of the season against Clemson, and that's going to be against Virginia Tech in the second to last game of the season. That would mean that Miami would be making the ACC championship game, and it would probably be against Clemson, as you guys know, because Clemson is the best team in the other division when it comes to college football. I mean, you got the Coastal and then you got the Atlantic. Clemson are best when it comes to Atlantic. Miami is going to be the best when it comes to the Coastal Division. And yeah, I mean, if I said Miami lost against Clemson in the first game of the season, what makes you think they're actually gonna have a chance of beating Clemson second chance, especially ACC championship game, where Clemson have a very good shot at making the college football playoffs and the national championship game. So yeah, at the end of the season, now actually I'm gonna do something really, really quick. I'm going to include the 4 games that were canceled and predict on whether I think Miami would have lost those games or won those games. Temple, Wagner, UAB, that's 3 wins for Miami, and I feel like they would have lost against Michigan State. So technically, if you really look at it, this is 14 games all together. Miami would have had a record of 11-3. But considering that those 4 games were canceled, Miami's record at the end of the college football 2020 season technically would be 8-3, but I'm going to say 8-2 when it comes to the regular season. But if I had to include the playoffs and include that ACC championship game, it'd be 8-3. They would definitely get a bowl game. And considering that Quincy Roche and Gregory Rousseau would probably go into the draft next year, I don't really know what will happen with Miami in terms of like the 2021-2022 college football season, because that's just a whole nother thing to predict. So yeah, in terms of this Miami football prediction, I think Miami are going to have a very, very good college football season when it comes to the season. Their defense is probably going to be the best thing about them. It's probably going to be the one thing that's going to stop teams from beating them. And then they'll eventually get into the ACC championship game where they will face Clemson. And after facing Clemson in the first game of the season and losing, they're going to lose against Clemson, ACC championship game, go into a bowl game. I don't know who they face, but they could possibly win that bowl game. I can't really like add the bowl game into this prediction because I don't really know who they play in the bowl game. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please do smash the like button. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys all later. Peace.